About balance. We had a chance to visit with Meyer about that team up north, his team, and his time in Columbus.
Here's my evaluation for the day. It's so easy to be average. It takes a little something to be special, Don. It takes a little something special to be a great player. We don't want to coach average. I don't want to be around you. Why be around average?
Who are you coaching now?
Oh, we're not average. You know, there's average players on the team. There's average coaches. You know, sometimes I'm average. This certainly is not an average team. At that time, people were accepting average. And that's not the way Ohio State should work. That's not the way we're going to work.
34-3 at Ohio State. Which number is bigger to you?
34 is. And I would have said probably a few years ago to 3. How did we lose those 3 games, and what can we do better? I can promise you this. We've enjoyed every one of those 34.
Ohio State intercepts it. Tyvis Powell saves the season.
So often you hear coaches say the most important game is simply the next game up. But from the first moment you arrived, you didn't do that here. You acknowledged
you don't.
And separated this game.
First of all, you don't do that here. That's not acceptable. And that's why when I put together a coaching staff, of the 9 coaches, 8 of them were from the state of Ohio. And that wasn't by accident. I want people to understand this rivalry. And how can you teach a rivalry if you don't understand the 2 players?
When you were a GA here, you rocked a certain look. You remember that?
It was awful. I look back now, and I don't want to see it, but people keep throwing it at me like you. It worked. I met my bride of 25 years. It's the only reason you wear a mustache. I know one thing. When I turned 30, it came off, and it's never been back.
You're the only Division I coach ever to lead a team 3 different times on a 20-game win streak. When you see Florida State, Urban,
27 straight for FSU.
How does it get harder as the streak continues, if it does at all?
I think we won 24 straight, and it was like each week you'd walk in there, I'm worried about those kids. You know, are you going to be the ones that lose a streak? It's relief instead of enjoying the win.
I've yet to be in a game where luck was involved. Really?
Absolutely believe that from the inner soul. Because if you don't believe that, why in the world do you ask your guys to practice so hard?
But somebody who looks at a quirky game like the Iron Bowl a year ago and says, didn't luck play some factor?
I don't believe that at all.
Auburn's going to win the football game!
I can promise you now, we cover field goals after that. We never have before.
You have the highest winning percentage of any Division I coach with at least 10 years experience right now. So you're the right guy to ask. Who's the best active coach in any sport?
Well, Bill Belichick. I don't think it's even close. And I know him very well, and I watch the way they do it, because I've been in the team meetings, and I see the way he does his business, and I like to think that we share some of those thoughts.
Elsewhere in Ohio, there's a new team and a new coach.
We're a very fragile team right now. You know, any little adversity hits us, we just shell up.
Oh, I think he's 100% right. That it's very fragile, and we got to work through it. There better be some leadership in that locker room, or it's going to be a tough year for him.
Would you want to coach LeBron James?
Oh man, would I love to coach? I love LeBron James. The thing about average, he ain't average. Great players make great coaches.
4 years ago, when Meyer was working for ESPN, he was here with us on College Game Day for the then game of the century, Alabama against LSU. Inside Bryant-Denny for that night game, he heard the stadium rock, he heard the crowd roar, he saw the teams come out, and standing next to him on the sideline, he turned and he said, God, I miss this. Well, 4 years later, he certainly has it back, Chris. If he's able to win this game and win the next one, if the committee shines its favor upon them, he could certainly be feeling it in a semifinal on New Year's Day.
Tom, you're exactly right. Buckeyes have played themselves into contention. When that committee first began to meet, they were very much on the fringe. The big win at Michigan State changed all that. But still, as of the playoff bracket released on Tuesday, they're still on the outside. They're sitting there at number 6 behind TCU. Bama, Oregon, Florida State, and Mississippi State remain the top 4. The current top 7. You can take UCLA out. I'm sorry, UCLA with a 3rd loss is not going to make the playoff. Okay, you're going to have to.
It was a good run. It was a good run.
But these top 7 teams.
Evolve function. And reinvent a category. Chevrolet, the most awarded car company of the year. Find new roads.
Big brand razor companies have been burning people with their outrageous prices for years. At 800razors.com, we stop the burn. We sell American-made razors that compare to the big brands for about half the price. Our razors are so good that 9 out of 10 of our customers say that our shave is as good or better than the shave they get with their current razor. We don't know about the other guy. Now you can live burn-free. Go to 800razors.com.
Razor, Ranger, Sportsman, Ace. There's a Polaris to match your passion. Looking for a machine that works, hunts, and plays just as hard as you do? That's Ranger. Go ahead, tackle the toughest jobs, haul the biggest crews, bring home the best value. Ranger gives you the versatility to do it all. See your dealer now for huge rebates and low financing during the Polaris Holiday Sales event.
There are 5 statues here, but the Bears is a little bit taller. Anything else? Maybe as it should be. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Whether you're going for it from a few yards out or from miles away, go with the tire with superior performance. Goodyear, more driven. ESPN Prime Time. Brent Musburger, Jesse Palmer, Maria Taylor. SEC Network crew will have the call tonight. And as Nick Saban said earlier, Mr. Wojciechowski, whatever happens in this game is remembered by folks forever. Perhaps no chapter more memorable than last year's.
Yes, Chris, if you're looking for the stories behind the stories of last year's Iron Bowl, well, Gabriella Eastland isn't a bad place to start. She was born the morning of last year's Iron Bowl, one of 2 babies born in the Auburn area that day. She was delivered by an Auburn alum, tended to by nurses wearing Auburn gear. In fact, her mother, Courtney, jokingly says that the hospital staff wanted her to deliver in the morning so they wouldn't miss the game. Gabriella's story began about 7:40 a.m. that day. Hers was one of the first, but not the last.
It's one of the most memorable moments in college football history. It was quite frankly unbelievable.
Everybody has seen Chris Davis's touchdown for the ages, but was that moment more unbelievable than the stories behind the story? For instance, this is Auburn equipment manager Dana Marquez and his sewing machine.
Of all the things we do in the equipment room, I just didn't think a sewing machine was going to be the piece that really put me on the map.
With about 8 minutes left in last year's game, defensive end Ladarius Owens had to leave the field with a torn jersey.
We could have used our backup jersey that we have on the sideline. But the problem with that, some players are kind of superstitious in that fashion. So we looked at it and said, hey, let's just get the sewing machine.
Yeah, I've been doing this a long time. I've never seen a sewing machine on a sideline. Only in the SEC.
He never missed a play. Actually got in on the play during the kick return and was an integral part of that play.
A new sewing machine will travel to Tuscaloosa. The one that helped beat Bama has its own Twitter handle and is now on display here. Marquez and Owens even autographed it. November 30th, 2013 was the night Jordan-Hare Stadium shook so hard it registered on the Richter scale. Holly bushes were stampeded and have yet to recover. Flower beds disappeared. And so did a cremated Auburn fan.
We did find some human remains on the field. Everyone has that favorite spot where they want to be laid to rest, whether it's a mountaintop or in the ocean, and for some people it's Pat Dye Field.
Meanwhile, in Pensacola, Florida, Graffiti Bridge got TP'd in a fresh coat of paint. And all across the country, War Eagle Nation requested new license plates. Fans wept. Fans celebrated. And one fan, 15-year-old Hayden Hart, stole a visor. Auburn coach Gus Malzahn's visor.
So I try to sneak my way through the crowd to get a little closer there, and then I see him talking, and I'm thinking, I could probably get that visor. So I reached over the shoulder of one of the troopers, and I just kind of pulled it off his head.
He was pretty quick, give him credit. I mean, he went over a couple officers, and he hit it on the first try.
A YouTube video made him infamous. Hate mail poured in.
Well, more people at school know me as the visor thief than by my name, so.
Hayden immediately wrote an apology to Malzahn.
I just said, hey, no, it's okay. No hard feelings.
A year later, Malzahn, Hayden, and the visor had a reunion.
Hey, you guys, this guy took my hat, didn't he? Yeah. Can we sign it?
Oh, that'd be great.
Malzahn's visor wasn't the only thing that vanished after the Iron Bowl. For 2 days, nobody knew what had happened to the game ball used by Bama on the missed field goal. Turns out an Auburn student manager had rescued it.
I called the University of Alabama and I said, you know, guys, I have your football. And they laughed and quickly said, well, we don't have any use for it. You can keep it.
And for now, here's where you'll find it.
After this season, over the next year, we'll properly display it. And children can tell their children about that game that happened on November the 30th in 2013.
Where will the ball be during game time on Saturday?
It'll be locked away in my office, along with the memory of last year, because this Saturday, it all starts over.
Well, it had a good run, though, didn't it?
It had a great run, about 109 yards.
Well, this is the famous ball. It retails for about $41, but a memorabilia expert says it's worth at least $50,000, which means if you're an Alabama in-state student, that pays for 2 full years of school here at the University of Alabama. And Chris, it's no accident that Auburn student manager retrieved the ball. Dana Marquez, who we saw in the piece, actually trains his student managers to grab every big game ball, and none is bigger than this ball in that game.
They had to work fast. That was a melee. Pollock and I were down there. You had to be quick.
That was crazy.
The
got stampeded.
Speaking of students, there's somebody on the Alabama side who was immortalized. Remember Crawford Rogers? CBS cameras caught him on the crowd after Davis' touchdown. He became known as the guy.
That sums it up, right?
Here he is today.
Repeat. He's been a year straight.
He's a junior now. His sister goes to Auburn, by the way.
He's been in that same look for a year.
Yeah.
He just smiled for the first time. Yeah.
My guy over here, Pollock, is skeptical. He claims that might not be the real football, that lore has taken the place of truth, and that the real ball may not actually be the one that they think it is. Well, lost in all that stuff last year was that the Auburn offense did some good things. Nick Marshall had 99 rushing yards against an Alabama defense that at times has been troubled by mobile quarterbacks who can move the ball. Can Auburn do it? They come off their worst offensive game in an SEC contest in the Malzahn era, throttled by Georgia. Here's players on both sides on that matchup.
Well, their offense is really, really good. They are probably the #1 offense in our conference. They got a lot of playmakers. Starts with the quarterback, who is a very good runner, but he's also a very good passer. They make a lot of big plays down the field.
Their defense presents a lot of challenges. They've got an outstanding player at every position. We got to be able to run the football. We got to play with tempo, and got to make some plays in the passing game.
They got a hurry-up offense, the quickest offense that we have seen so far. Our defense is going to play hard-nosed football. We're going to hit them in the mouth as quick as possible and fly to the ball.
They're real big, strong, fast. They play assignment football. They line up and just try to beat you, so we're going to have to be playing good football. They'll obviously be doing the same, so may the best man win.
We're having a whole discussion up here. Kirk claims that Nike ball, that is the authentic ball.
I think it is.
Is it the real ball?
Yeah. I'm just saying, as players, we always took those balls and we keep them somewhere safe. He dropped it, and then it was melee. 70,000 people on the field.
All right, back to this year's check. What's going to happen today? How's this going to sort out? What is Auburn's chance to pull the upset? Another one.
Auburn's best chance is to throw the ball to Sammy Coates. He's one of Auburn's fastest players and a great receiver. Now, in Auburn's 8 wins, Sammy has 17 catches for an average of 24 yards per catch. He's got great speed, but watch that concentration on catching the ball. Now, watch him move on a double move there. Bing, and
that little out and up there.
Watch him. He catches the ball deep. This is one of Auburn's best plays. We catch the ball and go for Sammy Coates. Now, here's a little known fact. Auburn is 7-2 in Tuscaloosa. Do you know that? Since 1895.
Wow.
Little known fact.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So they come in here and just say, hey, we're comfortable. We're not intimidated. I got you. If they're going to do that, not just the offense, coach, it's going to be the defense. Nick Saban, remember, he always talks about eye discipline and how much they give you. This is going back to last year. This is what they do on almost every snap. The jet sweep that affects the safeties and the linebackers. Look at the eyes of Landon Collins. Watch how he has to respect that pre-snap movement. The ball is snapped. And by him just taking a couple steps to the outside on that jet sweep, it opens up enough room for Nick Marshall to be able to accelerate upfield and into the end zone. This is the other play that Nick Saban referred to. They've been covering this all game, but Nick Marshall gets outside on the edge. The corner has his eyes on Nick Marshall, and instead of staying with his receiver in man-to-man, see, the safety could come down and make the play. He falls off with his receiver because Nick Marshall extends the play and finds Lee's guy, Sammy Coates, down for a touchdown. So the eye discipline today and the coaching terms, gap integrity, all those things are legit when it comes to defending this balanced attack, this power running Des of not just what Nick Marshall and these running backs can do running the ball, but also, as you know, also their ability to throw the football downfield.
Well, Kirk, when I look at Auburn's defense, they've given up some big plays because of bad pursuit angles and blown assignments in the secondary. Look at the safety right here, Joshua Hosley. Now, he has a deep half. He's focused on the slot receiver a little too much. The slot receiver is going to run a drag route. Hosley's going to hold steady. It's not going to allow him to get to his deep half over the top to help his cornerback. If that happens tonight, that's Amari Cooper down the sideline for a touchdown. Now, when Alabama goes to their bunch formation, watch for the receiver in the position like Evan Ingram right now. He's just going to run a simple spot route, right? You would think that Casanova McKenzie, number 8, and Jonathan Ford, number 23, would make this tackle. Bad pursuit angles not only lead to chunk plays, but also touchdowns. Since October 11th, Auburn's defense has given up 35 plays of 20 yards or more, David. If they're going to knock off the #1 team in the country in their backyard, they're going to have to stop that trend tonight.
No doubt about it. And when you look at this Alabama offensive line, it's not what it was in the past. It's not as physical. And they need T.J. Yeldon, and he's their best offensive running back. And this is why, because his ability with his quickness to make people miss, even when there's not yards there, he's done a great job of gaining yards. Remember when they used to run 4 yards before they get contacted? That's not the case anymore. And then his ability to make big plays out of the backfield. He's a complete back. He can block. And then once you get him in space, obviously he does a great job of making people miss. All the great backs they've had, he's the best fit for this offense. If you can go back as whoever you want to pick and you want to pick, this would be the guy I would pick for this offense for his ability to make you miss with his lateral quickness.
Playing through pain today, as is Amari Cooper, as is a couple guys on the Auburn side. Mr. Pollack.
I get the first stab?
You do get the first stab. What happens here in the Iron Bowl?
Well, I said let's go. Fitting's telling me let's go. Yeah, I think Alabama's going to win this ball game. And I think when you look at Auburn's defense, we've talked about it for the last week. It's been embarrassing. They got to step it up. They're going to have to make plays. The only time Alabama loses games, going back however many years you want to go back, is special teams. Last year, here for the game of the century, special teams for Alabama is going to have to play good, but I think Alabama wins the ball game.
So barring a big special teams mistake.
But barring a kick 6 or anything like that. Yeah.
We're counting down to kickoff. Coke Zero taking you there. Devin Smith, the Buckeyes big play wide receiver, trying to give J.T. Barrett a target. That's an ABC noon game against the Wolverines. We'll take you to the field for warm-ups there. Nick Chubb and the Dogs are hoping that Arkansas would help them out yesterday. Didn't happen. They will close out against the Jackets between the hedges on the SEC network at noon Eastern time. And Deshaun Watson will start for Clemson. We thought he would, but is he going to be 100% mobile against that Gamecocks defense? Is this the day in Death Valley that Clemson can snap that 5-game skid against their arch rivals? Tailgating underway in Tuscaloosa. Kickoffs approaching. Predictions ahead as well.
Away.
Away is the smell of victory. And the smell of burgers. Away is always having home field advantage, even when you're miles away from home. Find your away. For a dealer in the RV that's right for you, visit GoRVing.com.
Alabama week.
5. Table 5. Get over. Looking to make a run this year. 4. Pick it up.
You can see on page 4.
3 times.
3 days till game day. The best cover 2 team in the country. 1.
Oh! Apes together strong.
So many gifts to buy at so many stores. Too bad some cashback cards only let you earn bonus cashback at a few places. Then those categories change every few months. Sometimes it's drugstores, then it's hardware stores. Nothing says happy holidays like a shovel. Fortunately, there's the Quicksilver card from Capital One. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase every day. 'Tis the season to ask, what's in your wallet?
I've seen you be $500,000 up.
Again. Been up $2.5 million.
What's wrong with you? You got brain damage? You owe a very dangerous man. If I give you this money, there are no rules.
It's the only way I'll get out.
You have 7 days. I'm gonna kill that girl.
Let's clean the slate right now.
What are you doing?
Tick-tock. I got your money, but you gotta meet me.
What's your plan, Jim?
Rated R.
Yeah, so with AT&T Next, you get the new iPhone for $0 down.
$0 down?
Zilch.
Nothing.
Nada.
Small potatoes.
No potatoes.
Diddly squat.
A big old goose egg.
The new iPhone $0 down.
0.
Zilch.
Said that already.
Zizzeroni.
Not a thing.
Zamboni.
Think that's a hockey thing?
You know what? Just sign us up.
Okay, this way.
With AT&T Next, get the new iPhone for $0 down. Now get a $150 credit for each line you switch.
Don't you just love it when arch rivals go at it? That's what college football's all about. It's a thing of beauty.
Well, I won't argue with that, gentlemen, but AT&T has the nation's most reliable 4G LTE network. Now that is a thing of beauty.
Yep, so you can post pictures of the action when it happens.
Every action-packed second. Do something funny.
Let's go inside the headset, brought to you by AT&T. Kickoffs in the noon Eastern time games. You got 3 SEC versus ACC backyard rivalries. Gamecocks and Dogs, each with 5-game win streaks against their rivals from the ACC. We talked about Deshaun Watson on a sprained knee. He's good to go. Mark Richt calling for a red out. Fans to honor the 27 seniors in Georgia. We talked about Kentucky and Louisville, that nastiness at the field. We'll see what happens when they kick the game off. And, of course, Michigan and Ohio State, noon Eastern time on ABC. Michigan needing a win to get bowl eligible. We're going to break this down in the terms that each side uses to get at the other side. It's Ohio versus the team up north. Urban Meyer banning the use of the letter M all week long, so I guess that makes him Urban Iyer. In quarterback terms, it's interesting. You got Devin Gardner, who, unless he can be part of an upset, will finish his career at Michigan after digressing each year dramatically in terms of QBR. And J.T. Barrett, who has exploded onto the scene, taken over for Braxton Miller, should be the all-Big Ten quarterback, playing as well as anybody in the country. So much so that now the talk is Miller will transfer when he gets back from injury next year. To set this up, to Dave Pasch and Brian Griese, neither with an M in their name at Ohio Stadium, guys.
But certainly one of us has a connection to this game, the 111th meeting between Michigan and Ohio State. And Chris, as you know, this series, the last decade, has been dominated by the Buckeyes, but there was a time Michigan had control, and Brian Griese certainly remembers that time. 3-0 as starting quarterback for Michigan against Ohio State. What's it like to play in this game? Better yet, Brian, what's it like to play quarterback in this game?
Well, it's a feeling of a lifetime. There's no other feeling like it in my career in sports. To start a game in the Michigan-Ohio State game, it's unlike anything else. Certainly, it's nerve-wracking. And for J.T. Barrett as a redshirt freshman at home in front of his own crowd with so much on the line, not only in this game, but also with the playoff on the line, it's going to be interesting to watch how J.T. Barrett reacts in this game. You know, he didn't know a whole lot about this rivalry coming in, growing up in Texas, but he may break a Big Ten record for touchdowns responsible for in this game. He has been nothing but cool all season long, and we'll see how he performs early. And for Devin Gardner, nothing to lose whatsoever. He played well in this game. Last year, you see over 450 yards passing. They scored 41 points. As bad as this season has gone for Devin Gardner and this Michigan team and Brady Hoke, a chance for redemption in this game today.
Ohio State has not lost a Big Ten regular season game since the Michigan game in 2011, the game before Urban Meyer took over as head coach. And Coach Meyer standing by with Tom Luganville moments ago.
Coach, a lot of emotions in a rivalry game. We've seen a lot of intensity this weekend leading into this game. What's been the mandate to your players on their conduct today?
Oh, I think everybody knows this is a game that has been this game's been going on for 100 years, and it's just an honor to play in it. Intense, heck yeah, but no nonsense. So we'll be fine.
You got a quarterback in J.T. Barrett, coach, has played lights out up to this point, but it's his first big one. What have you tried to impart in him this week?
I've always said he's a product of those around him. Everyone play well, protect the quarterback, make plays down the field. He'll be fine. He's a competitor, very smart player, but it is the big game. And so we got to be smart with him early in the game.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thanks.
Two of the winningest programs in college football history. Brutus saying, hold me back. Hey, Chris, hold Herbie and Desmond back from one another.
It's always interesting. It's always interesting this weekend. Don't take a swing. If anybody gets involved in a scuffle, Meyer says you're dismissed from the team.
I like that.
3 players ejected
after last year.
2 of them on Ohio State, 1 on Michigan last year.
That's good.
Well, the spoilers have had their way, or at least their say, in the last 50 years. Notable games. Not of them really since 2004. Michigan, of course, would count as a spoiler. Brian mentioned J.T. Barrett grew up dreaming of playing in the Red River rivalry. Wanted to be a Texas quarterback. All Power 5 quarterbacks, he is #1 in touchdown passes. Even keel today in a big game, Kirk?
I think he will. You know, that's been his greatest strength, is not just his numbers, but how he's gone about carrying himself, the poise that he's played with. I'd be shocked if that changed today. I think he'll play with great poise and make great decisions. I think Ezekiel Elliott's a big part of their plan. Take some of the pressure off of the passing game, be able to establish the run and set up their play action. Remember, last time they faced pressure, Michigan loves to pressure and play man-to-man. Ohio State torched Michigan State's secondary downfield with guys like Devin Smith and Michael Thomas. So Devin Smith's going to get some one-on-one opportunities. Can they get separation and can they make plays? Thomas, another guy, as I said, against Michigan State that got some separation and had some big plays in the passing game. Michigan will blitz J.T. Barrett quite a bit today and play man.
There's Jake Ryan, one of many Wolverines from the state of Ohio. You can relate to that?
Yes, sir.
Top tackler.
Special game for Jake Ryan. I think he's going to have to play big. Without Frank Clark on the defense right now, the best player on defense, I think Jake is probably the best guy out there. And he's going to be fired up for this game, playing in the state of Ohio in front of some friends and family. I think he's going to be motivated. And Coach Brady Hoke, obviously we know what his situation is now. Big game for him. If he wins this game, can it save his job? That's what everyone wants to know. It's going to be a big game for him and the Wolverines. See if they're going to go out there and perform for Coach. I think one thing that we know is that they do love Coach Hoke.
Another Ohio guy, Brady Hoke.
Yeah, true.
Out of Dayton.
Yeah, he's deflected talk of his future.
And Urban Meyer this week. Exactly.
Well, I can't believe Benning put the M up there.
Exactly.
What about Devin Gardner? You have 4 touchdown passes against Ohio State in the shootout loss, but he's got 14 picks this year.
451 and did it at will. It led Ohio State to make a ton of adjustments in the offseason because they had so many open receivers. And, for them to compete today, Funchess is going to have to make plays, and Gardner, they're going to have to make plays in the passing game.
I think Funchess needs to go back to 87. He played much better when he had that number on. He went to 1, and it just hasn't been the same for him. I think punches obviously is a nightmare for a lot of defensive backs, but they can't get the ball down the field to him.
Meanwhile, South Carolina and Clemson in Death Valley, Deshaun Watson is so important. Knee sprain will start. Will we see Cole Stout? Can Watson be mobile enough to be himself, Kirk?
Well, that was the big question last time they played in a game with him with Georgia Tech. Remember, he tried to go. He was unable to go, and now he's going to try to give it a go. If he can't, Stout, who's never played in this game, been around, he's a senior. He's never had a chance to play against South Carolina. All the pressure on South Carolina. This is the ultimate helmet game for Clemson. They just cannot get over the hump. 5 straight to the Gamecocks.
Limited practice for Pharaoh Cooper. He's got a rib situation, closing in on 1,000 yards. Can he make some plays today? Not feeling 100%.
He's going to have to make some plays. I didn't know he said a sprained rib. I didn't know you can sprain a rib, but it says sprained rib. But, you know, he's such a dynamic player. I think he's going to go out there and make some plays. This is the game that you suck it up and you go do whatever you can to help your team win.
Remember 2 years ago, Dylan Thompson, a huge game against Clemson in Death Valley.
This is a different defense, and I think that's going to be the big mystery here is how does Thompson and Mike Davis, how are they able to move the football against one of the best defenses in the country? With Clemson, all the talk about their quarterback, today their advantage is their defense playing at home with that dominant defensive line that they have.
Yeah, can Vic Beasley, Bednarik Award finalist, make a play? Georgia Tech and Georgia, there's Hudson Mason. He'd hope to head to Atlanta next week to take on the SEC West champ. That's not going to happen. I wonder, he had a slow start last year against Tech, but brought him back. You wonder about their motivation today?
Well, I think they need to stay motivated. That's a fair question because of what happened yesterday. Nick Chubb, if there's anybody that has motivation, it's him. People continue to question how this team could be effective without Todd Gurley. Meanwhile, Nick Chubb just goes out and puts up big numbers. I think there's pride within this rivalry. I think Georgia shows up today and plays just because they're playing Georgia Tech.
6 straight 100-yard games for Chubbs. Justin Thomas is an option quarterback that Paul Johnson loves. He can throw the ball well. Doug's got to be careful of that.
Yeah, he really can. And when Paul Johnson throws out compliments, he's not just saying that. And for him to say that Justin Thomas can run his option game, but also can get the ball thrown downfield vertically, that says a lot, and he really means that. So for Amik Wilson and the Georgia defense, they better be careful with their eyes trying to stop that option game because Georgia Tech can get behind you in a hurry.
Kickoffs are coming up, but before that, predictions. Our Saturday selections, including the headgear prediction. Big Al make another appearance. Most, of course, so call for the Tigers. An upset at Alabama legend Joe Willie Namath will join us here as our celebrity guest picker, the original number 12 quarterback.
Let's do Saturday. The Home Depot is the proud sponsor of college game day and weekend projects everywhere.
Welcome to Game Day. Chris Fowler, Desmond Howard.
Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Fire up your weekend projects with a drill driver kit, just $99 each.
What's that? Subway Big Hot Pastrami. Pastrami! 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 Pastrami.
Get your own Big Hot Pastrami melt. Subway, eat fresh. They're trying to catch the line.
Can't do it, boys. You can't catch line.
I should like to comment. Summon the apparatus. Al. O. Al.
Laugh out loud. Yeah, that's what I did.
This Christmas, they have one night to save the magic.
Huns don't hyperventilate.
Or become history forever. Whoa. Never run from a big cat.
You can't ambush me with that kind of cute.
Night at the museum. Rated PG. December 19th.
Tweet your Heisman pose for a chance to win.
Des, you won the Heisman Trophy.
In 91.
Okay. Relax, buddy. You can stop bragging now.
But you just asked me.
Desmond Howard, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear you. Yeah, ladies. Desmond Howard, everybody.
Chevrolet is the most awarded car company of the year. So it's no surprise that Chevy Silverado is the most awarded pickup of 2014 and is from the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. Now it's time to reward yourself. Trade up to get a total value of $9,000 on this 2014 Silverado Double Cab All-Star Edition. See your local Chevy dealer today.
For centuries, man has sought to combine incredible things. Cavemen combined fire with dead animals. Romans mixed togas with parties. Genius. And now, humanity has outdone itself because DraftKings.com combines one-day fantasy sports with winning life-changing amounts of cash. Introducing DraftKings $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. Get to DraftKings.com right now for one-day games that let you win daily. Plus huge cash prizes every week and a shot at that juicy multi-million-dollar main event. DraftKings.com is turning your fantasy into a cold, hard reality. Use promo code WIN to play and get free entry in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. Get to DraftKings.com now.
College Game Day is built by the Home Depot. Share your tailgate tales with the Home Depot using hashtag Let's Do Game Day. And in part by Jiffy Lube. Leave worry behind and stop by Jiffy Lube today for a signature service oil change. And Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Chevy Silverado brings you Saturday selections. ESPN.com, search Chevrolet to play Chevy virtual Saturday selections. We've waited a long time. We are honored to have Joe Willie Namath, Alabama legend, 50-year anniversary of a very special Iron Bowl. Nobody had more fun in college here in Tuscaloosa than Joe Namath. Had a lot of fun with the Jets, too. And look at this.
Oh, man. What a beautiful. Great.
It's not really that cold, but it's all about the fashion today. We thank you for being here. This will be a lot of fun.
Well, thank you. I heard Coach here is going to have his coat on, so I figured I'd try to style.
He's got the long version. No, doesn't he? You can't see how long that coat is.
Yeah, he has on the full-length version.
Yeah, down to the ankles.
Yeah. We'll begin with the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. Wisconsin has dominated this rivalry lately, but Minnesota's been a very dangerous team this year as underdogs. Another upset in them today?
I think that Minnesota will struggle without Cobbs in the lineup. Even if he plays, he's going to be limited, and I think it's going to be too much Melvin Gordon. I'm going with Wisconsin today.
Paul Bunyan axe, Joe. How do you see that game?
Well, you know, I pull for teams where I have some kind of connection, and I remember Lou Holtz was a Minnesota coach years ago. So I'm looking for and Wisconsin's been looking good, you know. I mean, but I'm looking for Minnesota to upset them.
Not so fast, quarterback. Not so fast. Wisconsin's won 12 out of 13 games with Coach Anderson. Wisconsin wins it.
Wisconsin, late in the year at home, tough to beat. Melvin Gordon takes another step closer to that Heisman Trophy. He's right in the mix with Mariota. I think Wisconsin.
Lou has connections to lots of teams. Ohio State, Ohio State, and Michigan. You're head hard. There's a lot in this prediction.
Well, no, a year ago I said Michigan, and you guys almost fell off the set. I thought we were having a minor earthquake or something.
Yeah.
I think that these guys are going to go out and play hard for Brady Hoke, but just not enough for the Wolverines. I think that Ohio State wins a close one in Columbus.
Yeah, and they got all those people in that big stadium, too. Yeah. I know the big house is special in Michigan, but Columbus, they're too strong this year.
It's senior day for Ohio State. There are 23 seniors. Their record is 34-3. They're going to beat them bad. Ohio State, big.
Again, Ohio State not just playing Michigan today. They're trying to show the 12-person committee that they're one of the top 4 teams in the country. And if they want to close the gap on Mississippi State and TCU and Baylor, they need to win and look good doing it, similar to the way they played against Michigan State.
South Carolina, once coached by Lou Holtz, takes on Clemson. Tigers are desperate to snap that 5-game skid against the Gamecocks. Home favorites.
You know, I think that Deshaun Watson is a talent, but I don't think he's going to be 100%. He may not even play the whole game. So I have South Carolina beating Clemson.
Ooh, keeping the misery
going.
Wow.
Exactly. I guess South Carolina.
All the respect in the world for Steve Spurrier. I'm a fan, but Dabo Swinney was a Crimson Tider. I'm going with Clemson.
There you go. There you go.
Good call.
Hey, not so fast, Beaver Falls. Pennsylvania high school quarterback. South Carolina wins this one.
I'm going to go with Joe. I think Clemson and Dabo, they finally end the streak. It's been 5 in a row, and I think it's more about the Clemson defense getting it done, especially there in Death Valley.
Jackets have covered a lot this year. They're underdogs, big underdogs against Georgia. Between the hedges?
I like the triple option. I think the Jackets are going to win. I think they're going to upset Georgia.
Outright upset?
Yeah. Outright upset. They're going to beat them.
I was trained here in Crimson Tide territory, and we never liked Georgia Tech at all. I'm going with the Dogs.
Good pick. Good pick. But I think Georgia's going to have a letdown because they're not going to the SEC title game.
Yep.
Georgia, close.
Georgia, I'm with you. I think there is going to be a little bit of a letdown because of what happened yesterday with Missouri winning, but I just think Georgia will find a way to get it done. Close game, but Georgia wins.
Try to focus on setting these games up. It's a challenge over Egg Bowl, Mississippi State, and then Ole Miss and Oxford.
I got Mississippi State. I just think too much Dak Prescott, too strong, powerful of an offense. I have Mississippi State big over Ole Miss.
I agree 100%. They're the better team.
Yep.
Mississippi State beats a wounded Rebels.
Yeah, there's just nothing left right now with Ole Miss. You wonder if a rivalry might spark them, but since the Auburn game, they haven't been the same team. I just think Mississippi State, Dak Prescott, another team trying to send a message. I like Mississippi State.
Florida and Florida State, we're calling it, so no pick from you, Kirk. How do you see this game? The Gators, Dogs on the road against the Seminoles.
I see the Gators defense playing tremendous today. I think their offense is going to take some risk, but I think just too much Jameis Winston. I have Florida State, another close one, of course. Another one, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm an SEC guy, but I can't see Florida beating Florida State. I think Florida State's just too good.
Florida State wins this, but be careful, voodoo. Chris, Florida State.
Florida State, all right.
Keep warning them.
Warn them again next week.
All the way to the end of the year. They look, be careful.
Civil War, Ducks have dominated. It's going to be cold in Corvallis, where there's a history of upsets against top 10 teams for the home team.
Frigid temperatures. I think Sean Mannion is going to go out there and play out of his mind. I think that the Beavers will upset the Ducks.
Good.
You need these coaches. If you're going to go to the Civil War,
shake up that playoff.
Going some upsets.
Desmond, that's huge, man. I swear, I got to go with the Ducks of Marietta. He's special, boy.
Yeah. Guaranteed. But one thing, 3 touchdowns are going to beat them by. They're going to.
I'm with
Oregon.
you, Des. That's a gutsy pick. I think Oregon goes to Corvallis, and again, we talked earlier. Respect this rivalry on the road. Anything can happen, but not with Marcus Mariota and the speed around him. I think the Ducks get it done and win big.
Coliseum, which side avoids the 5th loss, USC or Notre Dame?
USC. They're going to win at home. I think they're going to bounce back. I got the Trojans.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to go with the Trojans, too. Old buddy, athletic director, Pat Hayden.
There you go.
Yeah,
go
USC.
USC outruns them. USC.
I think it's a shootout. I think Notre Dame's going to score on SC, but I think SC and Cody Kessler, difference in the game. I like the Trojans.
Now to the Iron Bowl. The Classic set up Alabama a couple of wins away from joining that 4-team bracket of the playoff. Auburn, spoilers, Alabama with all the motivation to pay back. We talked a lot about the kick 6. Can the Tide ease some of that pain here this afternoon?
Holy cow! Auburn has won the Iron Bowl!
When it happened, my face just dropped. I was shocked.
It never escapes your mind. I don't think anybody can ever forget, walking off that field or the bus ride home, kind of left a sour taste in our mouth.
That last play got them real good. I'm expecting a very hard 15-round fight with Alabama.
It was a very difficult loss for our team, a team that had a lot that they could accomplish. It was disappointing, hard to take.
The way it ended last year, the emotions are going to be high.
What happened last year just broke us down, and we don't never want to feel that feeling again.
Emotions always high, as Nick Saban said earlier. Which side can handle the emotions and execute in tough situations? Earlier, Mr. Pollack picked Alabama.
Did he really?
He did.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think that when you look at Alabama right now, we say there's no clear dominant team, but if there was one team that I thought was trending in that direction, it's the Alabama Crimson Tide. Offensively, defensively, I think they're a lot to deal with, especially at home. A different offense with Blake Sims at home, too. I have Alabama winning the Iron Bowl.
I think if you look at what Auburn's done in their last couple of conference games, they've lost to Texas A&M, they went to Athens, lost to Georgia. Everybody this week's just assuming it's a foregone conclusion. They're going to roll into the Iron Bowl and get blown out. I think Nick Marshall is going to play out of his mind in this game. I think Auburn's offense will score. I think they create a lot of problems for Nick Saban's defense, but they will not score enough. I think Alabama gets it done. Roll Tide. What do you got?
Analyzing all the numbers and everything, my heart's with Alabama, man. I'm going Roll Tide, yes.
The heart and the head, I would imagine.
And the head, every part of me, yes.
Hey, Joe, every time we come to this place, I love to pick Alabama, and I love this song. Listen to it. Sweet old Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Yes, sir. All right. Oh, man, I'm not going. You know what?
That's a great song. That's a great. But, hey, stop the music. Stop the music. I picked Alabama to win the Iron Bowl last year.
You did.
And they got beat. So I'm going in another direction. Didn't you have a guarantee one time in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and I guarantee I'm going to grab you if you pick the wrong.
Well, I'm guaranteed today. But listen, I'm guaranteed this one with a different song. Listen, the different song. Hey!
So you're switching songs.
Yes, I'm switching songs. Hi, Roll Tide. And sorry, Auburn, not this year. Roll Tide.
Yes.
I wouldn't see the elephant on the front cover. This is a look here. That is a beautiful look.
Then all the parts come together, and there it is, our new car. So that's how Santa fits it in his sleigh.
Wow. Wow. The magic of the season is here at the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 GS 350 for $449 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
The following is a presentation of ESPN on ABC. Scarlet and gray, maize and blue. Every November, the air cools and the leaves fall and the colors mix on a furious palette for an annual prize. It's a game of legends and legacies, history and hostility. Bo, Woody, Archie, Charles, the Big House, the Horseshoe, Dot the I, Hugh the Victors. It's not just game time. It's time for the game. You're watching the ESPN Rivalry Series presented by Jiffy Lube.
We welcome you to ESPN on ABC College Football presented by K Jewelers as part of ESPN's Rivalry Series presented by Jiffy Lube. The 111th meeting between Ohio State and Michigan. Dave Pasch alongside Brian Greasy. Brian, you know what it takes to win this game, 3-0 in your tenure at Michigan against the Buckeyes. So which quarterback is facing more pressure today?
Well, I think it's got to be J.T. Barrett. Everything on the line for Ohio State, a spot in the top 4 in the college football playoffs still there. And his first time playing in this game as a redshirt freshman, you know the nerves are there. And this Michigan defense, a top 10 defense, will be ready to play.
Michigan and Ohio State. Kickoff is coming up from Columbus. ESPN on ABC College Football presented by K Jewelers will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Ask any college football fan where the best seats in the house are, and they'll tell you it's the student section. It's a raucous and unique atmosphere typically reserved for the regular season. Now Taco Bell is giving the biggest games back to the biggest fans, the students, by creating the first ever student section. 3,000 seats in all at every game of the first ever college football playoff. Want to get your hands on one of the coveted tickets to this season's biggest games? Go to livemostudentsection.com to find out how.
Sofia Vergara has a man jaw.
Next week, Jimmy's kicking it with Sofia Vergara, Ethan Hawke, the legendary Don Rickles, Ryan Seacrest, NASCAR champ Kevin Harvick, and music from John Mellencamp. All new Jimmy Kimmel Live next week on ABC.
A secure retirement. A new home. Earning your diploma. Providing for your family. Real associates using Walmart's benefits to build better lives for their families. Opportunity, that's the real Walmart.
Most people don't think too much about the fuel that goes into their tank. But at Country Mark, that's all we think about. We do it for the people who depend on it most. People who pay attention to things like getting the job done and getting there every time. And those looking to squeeze more out of every gallon. Available from your local Country Mark dealer.
Everything's turning black at Toyota's Black Friday event, a phenomenon affecting every facet of Toyota. Now through Monday only, get up to $1,000 bonus cash on some of Toyota's best-selling models, over and above all other incentives, including 0% financing plus $1,000 bonus cash on Prius C or Prius V. Or lease this Prius liftback for $229 a month. Hurry to Toyota's Black Friday event before it all ends, December 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
9 first warning weather, the team that's got your back.
Welcome back to Columbus for Ohio State and Michigan. It is senior day at Ohio Stadium, an emotional day for players and their families, but one of the Buckeyes supposed to be introduced is not here. 22-year-old walk-on Costa George, a first-year football player, has been missing since Wednesday. Friends, family, members of the university community, along with Columbus Police, are part of an ongoing search.